making our Christmas memories.
Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogmas Day 4. Wow, we're already on day 4. So in today's video, I wanted to share different ways or tools that I use to plan. It's no secret that I'm a planner head and I'm obsessed with planning. And I'm sure if you watched my previous videos, you would notice that sometimes I talk about Kanban board, sometimes I talk about Asana, sometimes I talk about Google Calendar, and sometimes I talk about a planner. So today I just wanted to share different tools of planning that I've used and that have worked really well for me. These are good for beginner planners as well as pro planners. Also, I've covered both digital and non-digital ways of planning, so don't worry, I've got you all covered. First, let's start with one of the simplest digital planners out there. That is your Google Calendar. You can of course use your Apple Calendar as well, but I feel Google Calendar is just more accessible. The best part about Google Calendar is that it has a small learning curve, so you don't have to spend too much time figuring out how to make it work, and it's best to time block. Once you're signed into your Gmail account, you can just go to Google Calendars, and then it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, you just have a plus sign, you can add an event, a reminder, or even a goal. I would just add an event and I'd say that today from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'm going to study, or from 9 to 2 I'm going to work. So you can time block very easily like that, and you can constantly give you reminders 15 minutes before the actual thing has to happen. What I also love about this is that you can actually color code stuff. Study sessions could be in blue, all your regular chores could be in yellow. Like, it's just up to you and how you customize it. So just at a glance you can make out, oh, there's a red, so I do have an appointment. So I just feel it's very practical and quite underrated as a planner. You can literally plan your week, plan your day, plan your month well in advance. So I feel if you're new to planning, you could start off with something as simple as a Google Calendar and see how that works out for you. Another tool that you can use to plan, and that I really use a lot to plan my stuff, is using a traditional planner. So this is the Inkbucket Planner 2020. Now there are so many planners available in the Indian market, right? But most of them have a couple of things in common. They will definitely have some sort of calendar. They will also have habit trackers and goal trackers. They'll definitely have either a weekly or a daily space where you can jot down your to-do list or just your plan in general. I think a traditional planner is great for anyone who does not like the digital way of planning. I personally am like a mix of both, which is why I use both digital and non-digital versions of planning. But going for a traditional planner, you have to keep certain things in mind. Make sure the planner that you're planning to buy is suitable to your tastes and your needs. Whatever I need in my planner may not be what you need in your planner, and there are so many Indian planners available right now. I did do a video on different planners available in India and my opinion on them. So if you haven't watched that, I will also link that video up here. Make sure you do watch it if you're confused as to what planner to go for. The good thing about planners is the versatility, because you are picking a planner that's suitable to you and you can do so much in a planner. And honestly, I just love that it's very hands-on. It keeps you away from your digital devices. So if you're someone who's really addicted to your phone, maybe Google Calendar is not the best way to go, because I think you'll further be inside your phone the entire day. Instead of that, just try for something non-digital like a traditional planner and some other methods which I will be mentioning later on in this video. Now, if you're not aware of what bullet journaling is, oh my god, you're entering into a different world. There are tons and tons of videos on YouTube. Rather than me explaining exactly what it is, you can just watch videos and you'll have a better idea. I do have my bullet journal here. I haven't used it much, but I do use it to track my 5 to thrives of my last 90 days challenge. If you're unaware of what the heck last 90 days challenge is, I will link up one video here. You will understand what I mean by that. Very, very easy and flexible. That is the best part about bullet journaling. It is so versatile. If you feel that the planners out there in the Indian market and you're unable to find that one planner that's going to meet all your requirements, go for a bullet journal. It's just a notebook with dotted grids. You get this easily available in stationery shops or even online. You can literally design your own planner from scratch, and I think that's very exciting. It's also quite time consuming but very therapeutic experience as well. I did this mood tracker. I'm not that great with doodling and painting and sketching in general, but I tried my best. These are all called spreads. So if you search on YouTube bullet journal spreads, you will find so many options. Even on Pinterest, I always get inspired by watching all of that. It's going to look beautiful. It's going to be therapeutic for you. It's also the most flexible planning tool out there. The thing is, traditional planners don't usually have every single thing that you want in that planner. So if that's the case with you, please go for bullet journaling. Another planning tool that I've used in the past and has worked amazingly well for me is the Kanban method or the Kanban board. For this, you do need some craft materials. You can even do it online, which I will speak about later. You either need a whiteboard like this, or you could even go for a chart paper, and you'll also need sticky notes. The size of sticky notes depends on how big or small your Kanban board is. I'll link the exact ones that I got in the description box. Now, Kanban board is a separate topic altogether. It will take another whole video to really explain to you how exactly I go about it. I have thought of making this video in the past, but I know that not all my audience is that keen on just planning, and this is hardcore planning, right? So if I do see enough interest from you all to make a dedicated video on Kanban board planning, I will definitely make it. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to quickly just explain it. You basically divide your board into 3 sections. One will be all your tasks. The second section would be the work in progress, and the last section would be all the tasks or the work that you've accomplished. And it's also quarterly basis, so every board is only for the first quarter. It's not for the entire year. So that way you can focus on small things and set smaller goals and achieve that, and then move on to the next goal in the next quarter. And the tasks that I mentioned would be very bite-sized. So if I want to put out 8 videos a week, in my sticky note I'm mentioning video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4, video 5, video 8 tak. And in the work in progress section, I'm allowed to put only 3 sticky notes. So those are the 3 tasks in the work in progress. Now the good thing about Kanban board is that it helps you not to get overwhelmed and just focus on the immediate 3 things at hand. So I'm not looking at all the amount of sticky notes in the task section. I'm only looking at the mid section where there are only 3 tasks to complete. And once that's done, I will transfer it into the accomplished work section. So that way at the end of every quarter, you literally have a visual representation of all the tasks that are still yet to be done, the things that are in the work in progress, and the things that you accomplished. Because sometimes I feel we really overlook all the things that we've achieved and just keep beating ourselves like, you know, kuch nahi kiya, kuch nahi kiya. I feel this is literally one of the best ways to plan out anything in your life. I really wish I could go more in detail, but then this video is going to turn into 2 hours. I'm not even kidding. But having said that, I will link a video from which I personally learned how to use a Kanban board. So if you are interested, then make sure you watch that video. What sets apart Kanban board from any other planning method or tool is that it's very practical for goal setting and achieving. It is very cheap and it keeps you hyper focused on the task at hand and what you need to get done. Another planning tool that I think I've spoken a lot about recently is Asana or even Trello. Both of them are quite similar to each other. It's just personal preference. So Asana or Trello are project management tools. You have their website, you even have their own app, so it's also easily accessible. It's also completely free. I mean, they do have paid versions, but you don't really need it. I did briefly talk about how I use Asana to plan my content. The same way you can use it to plan your life out. I will link the Asana tutorial video here, so make sure you watch it because I won't be going in detail with that in this video. Another great thing about using Trello or Asana is that you can actually also use it as a digital Kanban board. That is crazy because then you don't even need to get all the sticky notes or even the Kanban board itself. You can do it all digitally and it's literally the same thing transferred digital. You can form your own boards, title your boards, write down all the tasks, move it around to the next board where it's work in progress. Then once it's done, move it to the last section. You just have to give it a shot, and trust me, you will find it super easy and very useful. So definitely give it a try. The next planning tool that I use is a very simple one, and that's a weekly planner. I bought this online, so I will link the exact one in the description box. Instead of using a traditional planner that has a lot of things, so that might overwhelm some of you, you can just go for this very simple notepad which only has small grids for every day of the week. I'm not a big fan of planning the entire month just because you don't really know what can come up in a month. That's a long time, whereas a week you can somewhat predict your schedule, so it's easier for me to use a weekly planner than like plan out my entire month. So yeah, go for this if you are looking for something super cheap. This is also very practical because you're just looking at the near future and planning that out. It is simple to the point planning. The last planning tool that I'm going to mention is perhaps the most simple one out there, and that is a to-do list. A to-do list may not sound like much of planning, but when you think of it, you're still planning at least a night ahead, or that's what you should be doing ideally. This is from Archetype. I don't think this is available anymore. If it is, I will link it in the description box. You need not even get a to-do list notepad. You can even go for a normal notebook. You can even do a to-do list on your sticky notes. That's what I used to do before I got this notepad. I don't think I need to explain a to-do list, but just make sure that you have only 4 to 5 things on there, otherwise it can get too daunting. And always have like your top 3 tasks of that day on the top, so that you know that no matter what, you need to get those 3 things done. The other things are give or take. If you have time, do it, great. If you don't have time, it's okay. So yeah, if you're completely new to planning and are just super overwhelmed with probably all the tools that I spoke about right now, you can start with something as simple as a to-do list. This is how you can start planning छोटे cheeze every single day, and then probably move ahead with like a traditional planner or a Kanban board. Even using simple tools of planning like a to-do list can actually change a lot in your life. I think I nerded out a lot in this video because I am super passionate about planning. So I just wanted to give out whatever knowledge I had and just help you all know that there are different ways to plan. You need not stick to just a traditional planner. You also have super cheap methods of planning and even free methods of planning. So make use of all of that. See what works for you. You might just use one, you might use a couple of of them. I usually have a mix of most of the tools that I mentioned here. If you like planning videos, I will link my playlist here, which is only planning focused videos. So if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy that video as well. And if you did enjoy this video, then make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you don't know this already, I have a Vlogmas giveaway going on. I will link the Google form in the comments and in the description box, so you can enter the giveaway. All the rules are mentioned there. And if you like my channel, like my content, please do make sure you subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of my Vlogmas videos, because I'm doing them daily for December until 25th. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I will see you all tomorrow in Vlogmas day 5. Yes. Till then, stay happy, positive and blessed. Bye.
Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.